Alright everyone, welcome to another Tuesday review, and this time I have a cat-themed game for you, which is appropriate because every time I'm down here recording or streaming, I have Yzma. Real quick, say hi Yzma. Yeah, she's there on my lap, purring away, enjoying some cuddles as I review this game and play this game for your enjoyment. So hopefully you find this review to be informative and helpful and enjoyable. Alright, so we have this game called Catmaze, and this game is a metroidvania. I think it's a kind of a hidden gem metroidvania in a way. Came out 2 years ago, so 2018, but I think it really got overlooked. It didn't get the attention of games like Time Spinner or other games that are in that metroidvania type genre. But the question is, even though it's overlooked, is it good? Is it fun? Is it worth your time to play? Now, I have played through this game entirely. I have beaten this game. I have gotten both the good and the bad endings. There are two endings depending on what you do throughout the game. So we have the story here, and the story is told in a very cool way. There's not a lot of dialogue. You just have visuals, basically. You have all these visuals, a lot of cats you see, and it's really cool. Really cool to see all these cats. And the story is done where you don't have to like read a bunch of stuff, you just kind of watch. You're like, oh, this is kind of cool. So you see this mom with the baby going to this house, and she stays there, then after a while she comes out. There's some magic right there. Boom, the house is fixed up, no longer full of holes. She's flying on a broom. Or a rake, I'm not sure exactly what that is, but you know, it's something, right? It has a wooden handle. It's like your mom is a witch or a magi, a magi, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, she's magical, right? She's magical. The art style too is really cool. If you look at the art style, you have a lot of things that have like really solid definition to them. But like the characters, like the girl we play as, the one in the red, and the enemies and other characters, they don't have that same solid definition to the outside. It's like right where their coloring ends, that's boom, that's it right there. And it has a very unique style, kind of like Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight, if you've ever played that game. The character style is very similar to that. It reminds me a lot of that. And it has almost an unpolished look to it, but I think it works really well for the game. Adds a certain charm to the game, if you will. Okay, so our mom is sick. I'm gonna skip through a lot of this because I don't want to spoil the story. But we have familiars we use for combat. Right now we're gonna have a bat that does like a forward attack. You do get other familiars in this game that will be stronger, that will do different attack patterns. They might have a longer distance attack, so you can attack further away from you, keeping enemies further away. They might attack like below, in front, and above in one swoop. So we're on a mission to save our mom. This game's all about saving mom here, because mom is not well, and we have to save her. And so we go and get this grass for our domovoi, which is from Slavic lore, Slavic mythology. It takes a lot from Slavic myth and Slavic lore, and it adds it into the game and weaves like a very interesting world. A very interesting world, and it's really cool. It's a really cool world, and it's fun to explore. It's really fun to explore and get to know it. Okay, so abandoned house, and boom, get some monies. You can hit up at certain points when it tells you to you know, kind of look at things, explore things. Even as we go, like, okay, our bat familiar, boom, quick swoop attack, it's kind of nice. Go forward, you get these signs that tell you, bam, okay, how to play the game. So these signs are your tutorial, which I like that. So you can skip them if you've already played the game, if you already know how to play the game. Or if you just want to figure it out, just kind of push buttons, figure it out for yourself, because the controls aren't difficult, it's pretty intuitive. You can figure out how to play this game pretty easily. Some of the mechanics, like if you're in a section, you're like, oh, what do I do? So jumping mushroom can be moved to another place simply by hitting it. So we hit the mushroom and boom, look, it moves. Now I can hit it over here and jump on this platform. I can reach this area. Ooh, and this cat's over here and he wants us to follow, it looks like. Well, you gotta follow the kitty, everyone. Always follow the kitty. Okay, we're gonna try to jump over. Bam, get the key. There we go. And jump over. The cat went over and disappeared here at the chest, so let's open the chest, and it's a scroll, everybody. The scroll, Lad has learned a new skill. So our bat is Lad, which is a bit of a play on like Vlad and vampires and bats, the whole thing. So that's kind of a cool little thing right there if you happen to pick up. So I kind of like those little touches. Those touches really make a game kind of cool, make you kind of think. Kind of wonder like where'd that name come from, and you find out, oh, I get it. It makes sense now. We're gonna hit the mushroom over here. So when we get us to Veronica, you see these skulls right here? That means we cannot go in that pit. That pit will lead to harm. You don't die from falling into a pit, but you will take some damage. Now, unlike this pit right here, ooh, look, a key item. A bit of a secret here in the game, because we got a downward thrust with our bat. Boing. Okay. So the game communicates very well if you can go down into a hole, or if a hole spells doom for you. Whoops. Didn't time my attack right. Didn't time the attack right. There's a bit of timing to attacks too, because you can't just rapid attack. Like, it has to finish the swing. Like, oh look, a big fat mushroom or chestnut. I don't know which. You weren't supposed to fall backwards like that when I hit you. You're supposed to just let me go over. How dare you, sir? How dare you make me look bad? So why don't we go up here? Up here. We go over this way. And these cat fountains are a save point. So boom, save. Yes, please. Also heals you. Kind of a nice touch. Not all Metroidvanias have healing save points. So this one does. But truthfully, control-wise, this game, it controls pretty tight. There are some control elements to get used to. Boom, hit you twice. There we go. We're just gonna skip. There is no experience and character leveling per se. Now, we get to Veronica. Now, so we're supposed to go to Veronica, our aunt here, and we talk to her. I have to say, I love that spelling of Veronica. Very cool way to spell it. So we talk to her, and then we get more stories. Tells us, okay, we need plankin grass. Got it. So we gotta talk. Okay, cool. Get the plankin grass. Gives us some story, telling us what we need to do to keep going forward, what's required of us. We tell her about the cat that led us to something very useful. It's like, oh, if you see that cat again, make sure we chase it. So always follow the cat if you see it. It will lead you to something that you need, something that's important. So you get clues as far as what the game expects of you, right? And then we can also talk to her because she is the shop as well. So Veronica is not only a source of information and a source of story, but she's also a shop, which is kind of cool. So we get to buy stuff. You can buy potions from her. As the game progresses, you get more potions for more uses, and it's really cool. So let's go ahead and health potion, or I actually want to buy this. So let's get this right now. This is the important thing. The important thing we want to have. Okay, so passive effects. The higher the amulet, the more the effect you get. And then if you take damage, it will actually drop in level. It collects white spheres for monsters or barrels. So we want to attack things in order to get stronger, in order to increase the level of the amulet there. But at the same time, we have to be careful, because if we take damage, we'll actually lose levels. So boom, collect white spheres, bam. Collect monies too, of course. Because you want money for the shop. Gotta have the monies. The sweet shop monies. Get all the spheres. All the white glowy spheres. So now that we have at least level 1, we can break those stone blocks. Because of that amulet, that pendant that we have. So kind of a neat mechanic. One thing about that mechanic, and you might like it, you might hate it, but one thing about it is it pretty much makes it where you have to be careful about taking damage. You can't just take a bunch of damage, because if you do, you'll actually lose some ability. Yeah, the name of the game is pretty much just explore, keep your levels up, and find new abilities, find new items, progress through the game. There you go. Now there are 2 endings depending on if you manage to help everyone or not. There's a spot in the game you'll be able to tell if you've helped everyone or if you've missed anyone. Overall, this game is fun. I had a fun time playing it, honestly. I enjoy like hearing like these different names and seeing how it connects to like Slavic mythology and Slavic lore. And it was really cool. It was really a lot of fun to do. It was fun to explore the world. It was fun to play this game, to fight, to see how the story progressed, to see what happened. And all about a girl trying to save her mom who is sick. I recommend it. I'll leave a link in the description for this game. That's all I have to say about this game. Thank you so much for watching. And here's standard YouTube spiel where I say to subscribe and check out my videos, and links down below like Twitch and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff. So if you want to do all that, also, yeah, thumbs up, usual, again, usual YouTube spiel. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video, but until then, stay awesome, and we'll see you then.